Hello again, viewers, and greetings, fellow space travelers. This is Thorn of Night, and welcome to episode 58 of my bee breeding guide. In this episode, we are going to make some meat, but we need to visit the magic area of the Veiled Branch and work off of the Skulking line to get the Fleshy Branch of bees. Now, this branch adds 3 bees to the mix: the Porcine, Poultry, and Beefy bees. Now these bees are added by magic bees, and they are pretty normal bees. They like the normal conditions. They need flowers. They don't really have any tolerances per se. They are nocturnal and they do work in caves, so they have got that going for them. But also, an interesting thing about each of them, they each need their own biome in order to be created. The first one, the beefy bee, needs the plains biome, or a biome that has the plains toggle in its description. You can probably find out whether you are in a plains biome if you have the, what's it called? I should have looked this up first. Habitat locator? Yes, the habitat locator. This might be able to help you find whether or not you are in or near the correct biome. And the recipe for that, by the way, is just some bronze ingots around redstone. But if the habitat finder doesn't help you, which I haven't tested this on these bees, you will have to basically just look for a plains biome if all else fails. That for sure will work. But if you're using lots of other mods, then anything that says that it's a plains biome, or if on the wiki for that mod it says that the biome that you are in counts as a plains biome, then that will do. But by default, try to look for just a vanilla plains biome. For sure, that will do it. But anyway, the next one is the porcine bee, and it requires a mountain biome. I have confirmed that extreme hills work, but also I guess desert mountains and probably crag from Biomes of Plenty, and some of the other taller ones, those might work. Maybe what was it, the alpine, that would probably do it. But for sure, the vanilla biome extreme hills will work as a mountain biome. And lastly, the poultry bee needs a forest biome. There is just a regular forest, or you could use birch forest. There's all kinds of forest type biomes in Biomes of Plenty. So you can do some experimenting there, but for sure the just plain old forest biome will work. Oops, I don't need to hit E to get out here. I have to hit done. Now, the reason why you want to breed these guys is not the honeycomb, which they do produce, which you can get beeswax and honey drops from, but specifically the nuggets that they make. The porcine bee gives you pork nuggets. The poultry bee gives you chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets. Oh, and the beefy bee will give you beef nuggets. Now, these guys are useful for one other thing. For one thing, they come from Thaumcraft, but they are specifically used to make a very individual dish called the triple meat treat. Toss one of each with some sugar, and you'll get a triple meat treat, and it adds some bonuses and heals your hunger and all that kind of stuff. But actually, why don't I go ahead and add triple meat treat, and it's dripping. I never noticed that before. Neat. I will go ahead and add that here so you can take a look at that. But let's go look at the bees individually, and let's also hope that we do not crash. First off, the porcine bee. Oh, yay, I didn't crash. I am in an extreme hills biome, just so you can see that. Now, the porcine bee requires a skulking bee from the Skulking Branch. If you don't know how to do that, whoops, wrong one. You can either watch my skulking video, or if you download this map, you can just hop through the book. This map is available for download. I'll leave a link in the description below. I am using the Feed the Beast Unleashed mod pack, so you will need Feed the Beast, and you'll need to get the Unleashed mod pack to get this to work right. Because I'm using a few things that have nothing to do with bees, like the wrath lamps and the clear glass from Tinker's Construct, and some special doors and obsidian pressure plates and all kinds of other stuff. So you will need that. But if you're already doing all kinds of bee breeding, I'm pretty sure by now you have already gotten lots of other mods installed, so you're no stranger to them. But anyway, the other bee you're going to need is the common bee from the Apis branch. Once again, you can either hop through the book or you can watch my Apis video. Well, let's check this out here. I got it's the actual princess this time. Let's see how long this took me to breed. 1 generation, that's rather lucky. And it's sort of close-ish to a purebred, but not quite. So I will leave this in here for you to look at if you wish, and I also will need to go ahead and populate this. Why don't I do this while I'm standing here so I don't forget? I'll just move these guys up here and go skulking. I need some princesses and some drones. Toss them in here. That way you can do some experimenting of your own. And what was the other one? Common? Yes, common. Never mind me, I just forgot. And ba-bow. Okay, now we can move on. The next thing is the output that you can expect to get from the porcine bee. First off, you'll expect to get 1 drone out of these guys. So you're not going to be able to produce it. Stop buying at me. Go away. You're not going to be able to keep cycling these and get more and more drones. You know, that is going to bother me. I have the solution. Come here. You get to fly. Go away. Thank you. Anyway, from the typical purebred queens of the porcine, you can expect to get the 1 drone and chances at the honeycomb and these pork nuggets in there. Looks like up to 3 items maybe for 1 queen's life cycle. And there's some typical output from a stack of that honeycomb. Alright, next up we have the poultry bee. Please don't crash, please don't crash, please don't crash. Yes! Oh, I'm really lucky I can do this all in 1 take. That would be awesome. Anyway, in order to make these poultry bees, you are going to need to be in a forest biome or forest-like biome. I have made a forest biome here, so that's where we are. Excuse me. You are going to need, once again, the skulking bee, which is found through that book or in my skulking video. And, once again, the common bee, which is through that book or in my Apis video. All the bees require the exact same recipe, skulking or common. The difference is what biome you breed them in. Well, let's take a look at this, and let's poultry bee there, but I will need the princess. Let's see how long this took me. One generation. Wow, that's kind of weird. 2 of them are 1 generation each. Neat. And not quite a purebred, but that's alright. I will leave these here also for you to examine if you choose to. And let's look at the output from the queens. Once again, you're going to get the 1 drone out of your endeavors, and some of those chicken nuggets, and possibly some of the honeycomb, but there weren't any that time. But if you do get some, that's your typical output there for the honeycomb. Now, wish me luck. I'm going to go for the beefy bee this time, the final one in this sequence. I'll make sure. Yeah, I did have stock in there for you. All right, here we go. Here we go. Yes, yeah, excellent. All in 1 take. Marvelous. and this is kind of cramped because I had to squeeze it into an empty space between some other branches. This is the plains biome where most of my breeding and demonstrations have been for this video, so I had to squeeze this in. But once again, as you can see, it requires the skulking and common bees, and those can be found through there. And the beefy bee, there we go. And there's a princess. Let's see here. Was this also first gen? No, second gen. I thought I was going to be lucky on all of them. And that one's a lot closer to a purebred. Neat. But I will leave these here for you to look at. And let's examine the output. This time it's just 4 of them because of the confined space. You can expect, once again, to get 1 drone out of your efforts. And there's some beef nuggets. And possibly some of that honeycomb there, which I don't have a centrifuge here set up, but you can remember what the other output is. It's about a stack each of the beeswax and the honey drops. Where'd that go? But it looks like you can get up to 2 items for the production cycle of a beefy queen. Beefy. But that pretty much covers it, as far as I know, for all the stuff you need to know in this branch of bees, the fleshy branch. I thank you very much for watching. I hope I answered any questions you may have had and helped you figure out what your plans are going to be for your breeding endeavors. But if you do have any questions or comments or suggestions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I will do my best to respond. Also, if you like this video and you like what I'm doing here, feel free to give me a like. I do appreciate that. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe so you know when my future stuff comes out. But I'm going to have to go ahead and wrap up here, so thank you once again for watching. This is Thorn of Night, and I will talk to you later.